County and conference tournament play is in full swing as we've got the quarterfinal of the Hunterdon and Warren Sussex tournament here from the Warren Hills Blue Streaks as it's the Phillipsburg Stateliners facing off in the 8v1 game. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Javier Harris on the call. It's a good Saturday afternoon. I'm very glad that we're indoors because the real feel is -17 up here in Washington, New Jersey, but it's going to be a fun one. This is a Phillipsburg team that has not won a divisional game yet in the Skyland, Delaware. They're 0-5, 5-13 overall, but they had a convincing play-in round win over North Hunterdon. 65-34 was a 29-point win at home. Now Phillipsburg looks to take that momentum into the #1 seed.
Yeah, Phillipsburg, don't let the record fool you. I know it's a little bit lacking, but they're a tough team, okay? They started out the season 1-11 in their first 12, so really couldn't find their footing. But in the last 6, they've gone 4-2. With 3 of those wins, they've scored 60 points or more as a team, so they found something offensively to get going. They're going to need all they can handle today against this Warren Hills team that's been super impressive with only 1 home loss this season. I'm excited for this one, Dan.
Yeah, well, the player to watch for Phillipsburg easily is Michael Bronco, the sophomore who's got 12.5 points per game in his sophomore season. He's easily, far and away, the leading scorer on this Phillipsburg team. But again, the Skyland Conference is a very demanding conference. It's one where, you know, these teams are spread out. You're going to have some long bus trips here in the Skyland Conference. Maybe we don't get as many long bus trips in South Jersey, but back up here on the north side, Phillipsburg definitely has to travel a decent bit to get to Warren Hills today. But Michael Bronco, as a sophomore, is going to look to attack this senior-heavy, senior-exclusive Warren Hills lineup with authority.
Yeah, Bronco had 23 points in that first-round win that you mentioned against North Hunterdon, so he was a catalyst for that team. Phillipsburg's going to have to lean on him offensively to keep up with this Warren Hill pace. Warren Hill, on the other hand, like you mentioned, Michael Duffner, he's averaging 20 points a game. He's going to come out and perform like he always does. Or his teammates going to come and pick up the slack that he's missing.
Well, when we saw Warren Hills last 2 weeks ago versus South Hunterdon, which was another convincing home win on senior night, we saw Brandon and Nemo really be a presence down low. I'll be intrigued to see if Warren Hills and Joe Bamford pull to him again, because this Warren Hills team does shoot a decent amount of threes, but they're a very well-balanced team, and that's why they're #1 in North 2, Group 3 right now. They've been the #1 seed there for a while, and now they control their own destiny. They're one of 2 teams in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament to get first-round buys. The other one was Delaware Valley, and there's 3 other games going on. There's 2 going on right now, and then Hackettstown and Verona will happen later on tonight at 6 o'clock. So this is the 3rd of 4 games. There's going to be a decent amount of people from those other 2 games probably tuning in today, but it should be a fun one. Warren Hills and the Phillipsburg Stateliners coming up in just a moment. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Javier Harris. It's going to be a fun one here on a Saturday afternoon from the home of the Blue Streaks here in Washington, New Jersey. We'll be right back.
nowadays. It's too cool for him. You know damn well it's too cool for him. Let's go. Go.
Street kids, are you ready? You are you ready? We are starting five. Back guard, the 6'1" senior, number 23, Michael Duffner. Back guard, the 6'1" senior, number 2, Fernandez, Jake Nishibachi. Back guard, 6'1" senior, number 10, Logan Hill.
Well, the lights were off, but now the lights are back on. We're ready for Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament action. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Javier Harris. As we've got a good one tonight, Phillipsburg and Stateliners 5-13. The Warren Hills Blue Streaks 13-4. This Blue Streaks team, they control their destiny in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament. We mentioned they were one of two to get a first round bye. The other was Delaware Valley. They play in the first round. Voorhees, or I should say they have played them since it is an 11:30 a.m. tip. So if that game's not over yet, can't imagine it's going to be done soon. As we'll get ready to go. Referees are positioned. Lavaccia under it for Phillipsburg. Garrett under it for the Stateliners. And we're underway. Warren Hills with first possession. They'll flip it to Nisavaccia to start. Over on the right side for the forward, Anima. He was our player of the game when we saw Warren Hills last versus South Hunterdon back on January the 24th before that foot of snow came down. There's a three, no good. A little bit too short that time by Nisavaccia. And Phillipsburg will have their first possession. At the top of the key is Dominic Bracco, the leading scorer for this Phillipsburg team. Ball comes out and able to save it. Garrett able to get it. Now here comes another feed inside. Anima makes a miss. He's fouled. So Brandon Anima with a little touch and go. He's able to draw the foul on Phillipsburg. It will get charged against Evan Haid. So Anima's first shot at the line is good. So Duffner, Nisavaccia, Healy, Garrett, and Anima the starting five for Warren Hills. Second shot, no good. So Anima goes 1 for 2, try to get the offensive board. It will be Warren Hills' ball.
Coach Sigafu's not happy with his team's effort in the early going. Let's see if the Liners pick it up for him.
Yeah, we were told early that, listen, Coach Sigafoot is a very passionate head coach as there's a three knocked down from the top of the key by Michael Duffner, and a 4-0 start for Warren Hills. Over to the top, over on the right side now. Again, Phillipsburg just trying to find their first luck in this game. They're going to call it over and back violation. As unable to get that one cleanly was Evan Haid, the forward. And how about this Warren Hills student section coming out in droves for a 1 o'clock game on a Saturday? As Duffner can't get that one over. Back to Garrett. He'll move inside and now back out. Pass to the right. Again, still trying to move inside as Garrett gets it to fall. 6-0 run for Warren Hills. Now 3 different scorers already in the column as Duffner, Garrett, and Anima have all contributed here in the early going. Out to the right. Phillipsburg just looking to get something to fall, but this Warren Hills defense pretty stoic here to start. And Coach Sigafoot is going to call a timeout as a hot streak for the Blue Streaks sends us to our first break of the day. 6:14 left in the first. It's Warren Hills 6, Phillipsburg 0. Coming back, it's a 6-0 run here for Warren Hills to open up the ball game. As Nisavacia will inbound this one to Duffner, the leading scorer, the senior for Warren Hills. And again, if we see Warren Hills in the 26-27 season, this is going to be an entirely new starting five, as all 5 players on this team, all 5 starters, are in their senior class, as that's going to be a travel for an apologetic Nisavacia, and this will be a turnover. And if you're Phillipsburg, you got to take these turnovers and use them to your advantage, as you know, Phillipsburg down 6-0 to start the game. Might need a couple triples, might need just an establishing shot to get started here. Maybe not all that flashy, but if they're going to try to get in there and they're going to try to get some points on the board, as we'll get a foul line shot, and it's good. Pulls up and gets it to fall for the leading scorer, Dominic Bracco.
It was only a matter of time before Bracco got started. We mentioned he had 23 in the first round. Let's see if the Blue Streaks are able to contain him here.
Phillipsburg won by 29 at home over North Hunterdon, the 9 seed in the first round. Stepping back to Garrett. Here comes a 3, no good. Rebound goes for Lavacia. Lavacia will bring this one up the floor for the Stateliners. Goes back out to the top. 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here from Washington, New Jersey. Here comes another shot from the semicircle. Gets tipped. It'll be short. And getting out of it, really good save by Martin. Goes to the line and a slam! A Stateliners slam by Lavacia, and they get this one back within 2 at 6-4. That was not something I had in my bingo cards tonight. As here comes a 3, top of the key, no good. Just a really, really good opportunity in the paint, and Phillipsburg might have to use that low post scoring to their advantage. Now moving inside, back out to Lavacia. He'll float this one up just a little bit too strong, and Anima clears it. But Phillipsburg getting a little bit back into this one now, as Euro step blocked. Couldn't get anything on that one, as now Bracco will bring this one up. Goes out to the right. Phillipsburg gets a shot, no and one, but the game is tied as the 2-point basket falls for Pachowicz. And it's now 6-6. So Warren Hills had a 6-0 run. Now Phillipsburg has a 6-0 run. And like we said, we're all tied up, 3:50. Anima back to the top. He'll hand it off to Duffner. Warren Hills kind of taking their time here, trying to establish some more offense. Nisavacia for 3. Jake Nisavacia knocks it down. And Warren Hills takes the lead back. It's 9-6. Again, Phillipsburg has only tied the game. They have not had a lead so far. Bracco at the top. Again, this Phillipsburg team looks darn good for a team that's 5-13, playing really well here. The ball comes out, goes back to the Hills. On the run, can't get it. And Bracco can't get that one to fall. Again, just Bracco, really stocky sophomore, really able to get a lot of great looks as Martin gets that basket to fall, 9-8. Phillipsburg will get Caleb Clymer, the freshman, ready to sub in. Taking a little bit of a stumble there. It goes back out to Healy on the left wing. 2:45 left in the first. Oh, moving inside, Nisavacia. Lost that one there. And a foul will be called. You think he took an extra step there?
I think he got whacked in the face first before that extra step happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Clymer will sub in for Evan Hade. The freshman forward, 96 points in 16 games in his rookie season. He had a slow start, but now has 3 straight points of 10+. Put up 15 and 7 when they played Warren Hills back on the 31st. But yeah, these two teams met just a week ago at Phillipsburg. Warren Hills played them in regular season play on the road. They won 56-37. So Warren Hills, or I should say Phillipsburg, playing quite well as they've got some very recent experience versus this Blue Streaks team. And in that game, as Clymer takes a 3, no good. Warren Hills led by 3 at the end of the first in that game, but then led by 9 at half, and they dominated the fourth quarter at a 16-4 advantage in the fourth to win that game as dominantly as they did. Hook out to the right. Here comes Duffner, too strong on the three. Ball comes out. Warren Hills scrambles, and now it's picked up by the visitors. This one, oh, that one looked a little interesting there, is now creating an open space. Got 5-on-4s. They've got an advantage. No good on the three. Bracco rebound, goes up, gets smacked, foul and one. Michael Bracco goes up, and they'll draw the foul to give Phillipsburg their first lead of the quarter.
You can see why Bracco leads the team with 85 trips to the line this year. Great physical play down there. Got the rebound, put it back, absorbed the contact, and was able to finish. Chance to give his team the three-point play right here.
Looking back at that play from a few minutes ago when we saw that putback dunk. And there's that slam right there. And one shot missed. 1:45 left in the first. Duffner over to Anima. Back to the top for Nisavacia. Open look. Healy for three. No good. Comes down for the offensive board. Healy back to Nisavacia. He'll take another. He'll make another. Jake Nisavacia has a corner three and a top of the key three. Warren Hills gets the lead back, 12-10. And pretty similar to what the first quarter was when these two played in Phillipsburg 7 days ago. It was 12-9 Warren Hills at the end of the first as Clymer that's a three from Pasowicz. And the Stateliners take a lead again, their second. A lot of really back and forth basketball and a lot of uncertainty here in the quarterfinal game of this Hunterdon and Warren Sussex tournament as that one just couldn't fall. Anima gets it back, and you can see Warren Hills, this fast-paced offense, not resting for anyone. It goes out of bounds, Stateliner ball.
This Liners team has really gotten after it after that early timeout from Coach Sigafus. Something he said must have really clicked defensively.
Well, Sigafus called a timeout when Phillipsburg was down 6-0. They went on a 6-0 run of their own to tie the game, and it's been back and forth ever since, 13-12 Phillipsburg. Here at the tail end of the first quarter. Out to the right side. Moving to the top. Over to the left. Pasowicz again! David Pasowicz. Back-to-back triples. And it's now 16-12, 20 seconds on the board. Taking his time as Duffner goes to the left. Phillipsburg lining up in a 3-2, and a pretty deep 3-2. Setting the man on the point guard as Duffner can't get the shot to fall. And now all four Phillipsburg Stateliners try to get the rebound. They'll heave, we'll have a travel, and it's going to stop the clock with a 1/10 of a second left. Duffner was going for a shot. A little bit of banter here between the refs and Bamford. He said, "Do you want me to bail you out?" Yeah, these refs not taking anything here as Nisavacia can't get the shot off. Wouldn't have had a chance anyway with a 1/10 of a second left. But at the end of the first, Phillipsburg, the number 8 seed, looking pretty good for a 5-13 team. At the end of the first, they lead by 4, 16-12. Welcome back. The banners atop the Warren Hills Blue Streaks gym. There's plenty of them. As I'm Dan Wilkins here with Javier Harris on the call. It's the quarterfinal round of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament. Let's take a look at the other matchups that we do have today. We'll fix that in just a minute. But what we do have is we do have some good matchups. One of them has to be played later tonight, which is Hackettstown and Verona. That is to be played at, I believe, 6 o'clock tonight as Phillipsburg gets another shot to fall there. And there you go. There's your matchups right there. So Warren Hills and Phillipsburg is what you're watching right now. And then Hunterdon Central versus number 5 seed Sparta. Then Hackettstown, Verona, Del Val, Voorhees. And the finals will be played next Saturday at Centenary University up north. We'll actually be covering the Centenary Cyclones when they play Rutgers Camden in baseball later in the month of March in non-conference play. That one goes out of bounds. So 6 apiece for Bracco and Passowich. It's a 6-point lead for the Stateliners. Clymer on the left side, the freshman forward. Moving a lot from beyond the arc, not really acting very forward-like, but Phillipsburg will take it nonetheless. Martin sets a play. That one just gets past Lavacchia, and it's out of bounds. Yeah, what I like, though, is that these officials are not taking anything from these two teams. These are two very passionate head coaches in Sigafoot and Bamford. They are not going to take, you know, any, any favorable statements, let's just say, as here comes a bounce, Lavacchia off the glass and in. A very nice lay, a 1-2 from Martin to Lavacchia. And it's now a shocking 8-point lead for Phillipsburg. Now moving up, denied. Lavacchia gets the block. And a foul, no basket, but we'll have 2 shots here as Phillipsburg shoots through contact.
You just saw Lavacchia with the huge block on the defensive end. He's the one that had the big flush dunk early in the first quarter, too. The senior forward's using every bit of his 6'5", 200-pound frame.
Phillipsburg, after tonight, still has plenty of regular season games ahead of them. They play Bernards on Monday the 9th, Voorhees on the 10th, Hackettstown on the 12th. And they actually only have 2 more home games after tonight. Well, tonight's a road game, but you get my point. They've got Bernards on the 9th and in Somerville on the 17th. They close out their season at North Hunterdon on February the 19th for Warren Hills. Ten-point lead for Phillipsburg. Moving up, Duffner just gets it to fall.
Duffner's been trying the last couple possessions to get that left hand going and get that drive going. He hasn't been able to, but that time able to capitalize.
Moving out to the far side, Lavacchia, he's got 4, and he just dominates. Oh, just a bad break that time. He does get fouled, but instead of an and one, he'll go to the line for 2. So an 8-point lead. Phillipsburg will try to bring it back to 10. First shot, no good.
And Lavacchia, you mentioned that first round matchup back on last Thursday. He had a 13 points and rebounds, double-double, excuse me. So very impactful on both ends of the floor.
No good there. Lavacchia misses both. I mean, listen, when you're a big man who's got that much defensive ability, like Lavacchia does, you're not exactly expected to make your free throws. That's not exactly your number one priority. Yes, it's important, but it's not something that really defines a lot of games for the centers. As coming down with the rebound, goes back out. They'll try to feed this one over, moving in. Nisavacchia takes it at the top of the key, moves into the paint, tries to find somebody. He found no one, and instead goes up and in. Layup good by number 33. We'll have to look back at our scorebook from the last game to see 33 there for Warren Hills. This one gets stolen. Oh, man. Oh, so close. He was basically standing on top of the line. It's a strong defensive possession, 22-16. Now moving out to Kleiman. That's no good. Front rim. Moving it quickly up the floor. Duffner on the right side. And now Phillipsburg will slow it down. 4:40 left in the first half, a surprising first half lead. 22-16 lead for the number 8 seed Phillipsburg Stateliners here in this Hunterdon and Warren Sussex quarterfinal. Moving back out, pulling up, mid-range, no good. Rebound by Soto. This one goes barely. Nisavacia. He's got 8 points. That's his first shot from inside. And Warren Hills clawing back in this game. This is a game of streaks here, pun intended. I mean, listen, you've got a 6-0 run to start the game for Warren Hills and a 6-0 run to get it back by Phillipsburg. As that one's no good. Trying to rip it down. Jump ball. Saw some extra contact there with Lavacia.
I think that's the right call. The jump ball definitely occurred before the contact, and he already made the jump ball call. Can't change it after that.
Yeah, everything that preceded the jump ball looked legal. It was just the little tango that happened after. 22-18, under 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Out to the right side. Moving in, too strong. Soto couldn't get the shot. Phillipsburg back with the rebound. Underhand flip. It's back out to Tamir Moore. Now moving in. Martin couldn't get the shot to fall. Now he's at mid-range. Lavacia fires it inside to Bracco. He turns around for mid-range. No good there. Off the side of the iron. A lot of missed shots here on both ends of the floor. Is now pulling up. Healy for three. Good! Logan Healy knocks down the triple, and we're back to a one-point game, 22-21. Now 3 minutes left.
He leads the team in threes with 31 coming into tonight, and he's definitely a weapon from behind the arc. He's helping the Blue Streaks get right back into this game.
And that one falls. Dominic Bracco, the leading scorer by a mile on this Stateliners team, came into this game averaging 12.5 as a sophomore. Nice lay, just couldn't touch it in. Garrett wanted to get the putback, but it's back to a 3-point lead for the Stateliners. And with the Stateliners on offense, they'll get Evan Haid ready to check back in. Here comes a three from Bracco. Good! Dominic Bracco extends the lead. He's got 11. 27-21. And now a deep three. Nisavacia, no good. Not a huge fan of that shot. Down by 6 with 2 minutes left in the half. You've got to establish a run here if you're Warren Hills. Just because they can chuck up shots doesn't mean that you can do the same. And if you're riding a cold streak right now, you have to find the silver lining. You have to find where your strengths are and take advantage of those. Moving back out. 33, moves in, loses it. He's on the ground. Now they've got the advantage. 2-on-1. Here comes a fast break. No good there. They're letting a lot of whistles go here as this one falls. Tough shot, Bracco. 13, and Joey Bamford will try his best to keep this run at a minimum, as it's now an 8-point lead, 29-21. Phillipsburg leads Warren Hills. They're putting up a good fight in this one. Welcome back. Got confirmation that number 33 is Julian Santana, who normally is listed on the online roster as number 0, so we apologize for the mistake. 8-point lead for Phillipsburg over Warren Hills here in North Jersey basketball, the Hunterdon and Warren Sussex tournament, the quarterfinal round. Lots of great games being played today. As we mentioned, the semifinals to be played at Wallkill Valley and the finals to be played at Centenary College in North Jersey, the NCAA Division II. That ball gets kicked away, and somehow staying up with it, it goes out, and it goes into the student section. Logan Healy was the closest one to it. Who gets the ball here? They're going to say Phillipsburg ball. It'll be inbounded by Bracco. A minute 20 left in the first half. Moving over to the left. Martin fades over to the top of the key. He's got Bracco. He called for it. Now pushes out. He uses that body, and he can't get it to fall. Haid bobbles the rebound. He's able to pick it up. Here comes the right wing three. Dominic Bracco. This kid's fun to watch. 16 points in the first half. He has picked up half of Phillipsburg's points. He's got 16. The Stateliners all told of 32. Here comes another three. No good. Garrett, strong rebound. No foul. Out of bounds. Stateliner ball. This is a shocking revelation here. An 11-point lead for Phillipsburg as they'll get Anima to check in for Soto. For a 5-13 Phillipsburg team that has beaten their rivals from across the border, Easton, in late December. They won versus North Hunterdon twice, once in regular season play, once in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex first round, the HWS first round. And they beat Watchung Hills on Thursday in regular season play. Still without a win in the Skyland Delaware, though. They're 0-5. And their other win came over Hunterdon Central on Tuesday the 27th. Fires it inside. Anima wide open. Misses short. Second chance is good. As a good little panic but comeback by Brandon Anima. 10 seconds left. He's got 3 points. Phillipsburg will go into the second half with a sizable lead. They've got 4. They're taking their time. They've got 1. They'll get it off. It is no good. Just fell short that time from Martin. But it's a 9-point lead for the Phillipsburg Stateliners, led by that gentleman right there. How about Dominic Bracco? 16 points, 3 triples. Not a lot of kids can play like Dominic Bracco.
No, it's been the Bracco show, and he has 5 20-point games this year, and you see why. He may be on his way to his 6th.
He's already got 16 in the first half, so it's going to be fun. Stay tuned in 10 minutes. We've got the second half of action coming up from Warren Hills right after this. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Book Dog Pro Wrestling for your next event or outing for the greatest action that New Jersey Pro Wrestling has to offer. Any place, any time, any setting, Dog Pro Wrestling will bring the action to you, and you won't want to miss it for moments like this. But don't just take it from me. Take it from Max Mundo, the Dog Pro Wrestling ambassador.
This is Max Mundo with Dog Pro Wrestling. Are you a civic organization, sporting club looking to fundraise? Then look no further to Dog Pro Wrestling. We do grand openings, corporate events, and much more.
And why not from some of the wrestling talent themselves?
I'm Vinny the Fixer, and I'm the champion of Dog Professional Wrestling. If you want to book the best, come see us. We're the cream of the crop. We'll come to any fundraiser you can think of. Just name the place and we'll show up.
This is the upstanding Dylan Mesh, and for the entirety of my professional wrestling career, dog wrestling has been where I like to wrestle. So you can believe me when I say that it is quality. And I'm upstanding. I'm the only opinion you need.
Gabriel Hodder here with my man Matthew Omen.
women, and if you want your events to be all fight, no flight,
then book Dog Wrestling so you can witness true primal fear.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that our friends, family, and anybody who we hold dear in our lives is feeling well. The problem with spotting mental health issues is that the symptoms aren't that obvious. Just because someone is okay or appears okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're okay on the inside. It's important that if they are in distress, that they call the right people and they get the help that they need. And it is very important that we treat each other with respect, regardless of who you are or where you come from. But it is just as important that we treat ourselves with respect, regardless of the situation going on in our lives. If you're in distress, you can call this number, 988, or you can visit any of these websites if you're not in distress, but would like to learn more information about mental health awareness and research. Late switch for the visitors. Again, inside their 5. Oh, they're going to pitch this one back for the flea flicker. Touchdown, West! Oh, my goodness! Taking inspiration from Nick Foles and Trey Burton. I think they just pulled off the Philly special. That is the greatest touchdown I have ever seen. Well, maybe not the greatest touchdown I've ever seen. Maybe that's stretching a little bit, but one of the greatest touchdowns we've seen in a long time. And it's a tie game. And this is going to bring up Andrew Petrick, who has a single in this game. And here's a fly ball popped up right field side. And it's fair. It's fair. They're going to throw to second for try to get this play, the force out. They got him, but the game is tied. How about it for Woodstown? They complete the comeback to make it 8-8. So now there is one out after Kubat let it fall in right, and because the bases were loaded, you know what? That's a very smart play. Launches one foul. See, Mostero is doing us a service here. Or excuse me, D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro is doing us a service here. He's letting us have this conversation by having a long at-bat. But a lot of people are still caught up in the D1 or bust mentality. Listen to this crowd. Listen to this crowd. We'll talk about that later. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Clapping it up here for the Roadrunners. 2-2. Here's a fly ball out towards center field. This one's going back, and this one is gone! 3-run homer, D'Alessandro! And it's a 1-run game at the crack of the bat, 5-4. 3-run shot to center field. Trailing towards the right center, and the cleanup man does exactly what the position orders, cleaning up. And he does it incredibly well with a 5-4 game. He battles for 11 pitches and makes
Welcome back to the home of the Blue Streaks here in Warren Hills in Washington, New Jersey, as Phillipsburg leads Warren Hills by a score of 32-23. Really interesting development here in the quarterfinal round of the Hunterdon and Warren Sussex tournament. This is a number 8 seed Phillipsburg that right now in North 2 Group 4, a group higher than Phillipsburg, they are out of the playoffs. Now they could whistle their way in, but they're right now 19th in power points in a very stacked power points bracket. So this is a team that is looking to get a nice upset bid today, and they've already put together a good resume with a 9-point halftime lead. Yeah,
we mentioned in the pregame, do not let the records fool you. Even though they're 5-13, I mentioned that they were playing the best ball of their season in this little 6-7 game stretch that they've had recently. And even though they did, that does include a loss last Saturday to Warren Hills, and it was a pretty significant loss, almost 20 points. If you would have told me this is that same team, I would have told you you're crazy, because they've come out and they've completely dominated in the first half against this Warren Hills team.
What I will tell you is that Warren Hills dominated in the fourth quarter of that game. They also possessed a 7-point halftime lead when these two played just a week ago, but Warren Hills outscored Phillipsburg 16-4 in the fourth quarter. This Warren Hills team is one that will run away with things at the very end. We kind of saw that 2 weeks ago with South Hunterdon when we were here last, was that, you know, when we talk about what Warren Hills is capable of, they're certainly a team that, you know, should not be discounted for what they can produce, what they can bring to the table. But right now it seems like that Warren Hills really needs to turn up the Jets to have a chance in this game. Phillipsburg with the first possession of the second half, as that's going to be an offensive foul.
It's a little too much contact there from Mr. Martin.
So with 7:48 left, yeah, just a little bit too much contact there. Saw Garrett falling away. Dominic Bracco has been the star of the show this afternoon, 16 points in the first half. You mentioned, Javier, that he's had 5 20-point performances so far this season. Back out to the corner. Duffner pump fakes, tries to get past the tall center, Lavaccia. And Duffner's able to get that one in. He's got 7 points, and it's 32-25.
Yeah, if Warren Hills is going to come back in this game, you got to think that Duffner, their leading scorer, who's putting up 20 points a game, he's going to be the main reason they get back in here.
Bounce pass into the corner for the big man, Lavaccia. Dumps it off to Pasowicz. Now to Bracco. He'll spin, he'll turn. Ball comes out. Martin has it. Man down, and a foul. It's going to be on Warren Hills, and it'll be charged against Nisavancia. So just a minute gone here in the third quarter. 32-25 in favor of the Phillipsburg Stateliners. Rolling out inside. This one comes out again, and Lavaccia got hit. Sigafoot's telling him to move on, but he definitely had some harsh contact, and he was holding either his nose. Yeah, I think his nose is bleeding or something like that. He put his jersey up to his nose, but otherwise he seems okay. He'll get the ball here. He creates an open lane. Drives with the right hand. Oh, so close. Garrett can't get that one out of bounds. And it will be Warren Hills' ball. Really tough break there for Lavaccia and Phillipsburg. As Garrett will move this one in to Duffner. 7-point lead. Warren Hills has not led for the majority of this second half. I should say for this third quarter. We're going to get a foul here. Yeah, the Phillipsburg bench was a little bit surprised to learn that was Martin's third foul, so they're going to get a sub in for him. Here comes Healy with an open three, no good. Duffner pops it up, goes to Nisavacia. He'll reset to Garrett. He'll put up a three. No good. Off the back of the board. Just a little bit too much glass that time. Not enough net. Mid-range. Too strong there. And feels like a wasted opportunity there for Phillipsburg. They really wanted that mid-range to go since it was not all that heavily contested there from Evan Hade. And they'll flip it around again. Warren Hills slowing it down. Pulls up from the semicircle. Oh, just missed there. Honestly, these shots that both Phillipsburg and Warren Hills are taking aren't even bad shots. It just feels like they're falling just short And a lot of bad breaks here. Moving up and in. David Pasowicz has 10. And a really good break here for Phillipsburg. Is now moving in. Nisavacia tries to lean in for contact. Garrett can't get it. Now he gets another one. I think Warren Hills wanted a foul there on the first shot, but they still got a basket nonetheless. We're back to a 7-point game, 27-34.
Yeah, Mekhi Garrett's a second-team all-conference wide receiver, and you see why with hands like that. Great way to get up and get that rebound.
For a really good Warren Hills football team as well. That's now 18 for Bracco, as he inches closer to his 6th 20-point game of his sophomore season here with Phillipsburg. Healy with a little bit of contact. Out to the left from Anima, who sets the screen. Now 2-on-1. It's a 3-2 zone for Phillipsburg. Out on the right. Over to Garrett to the top for Anima. Back to the left. Good crossover. Healy, long two. Good! Logan Healy with a really, really good shot that time.
Yeah, his second basket, and Warren Hills could really use somebody other than Duffner and Nisavacia to get scoring and get the ball going for them.
This one just falls short for Bracco. Phillipsburg calls a timeout, and Sigafoot was granted the timeout. So we'll take a break. 4:10 left in the third. 36-29, Warren Hills trails by 7. Welcome back. Phillipsburg 36, Warren Hills 29. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on their first try. Visit Harper Driving School at 614 Lambs Road in Pittman at the Total Turf Complex. Working through heavy traffic. Duffner creates a lane. Blocked. Blocked at the glass. Another scramble. He falls for it, and it comes out. He comes up a little bit shaken there. And a travel called. And I can't tell Bracco was smiling or if he was in pain. He definitely just a little bit exasperated there as Kleiman will come in. He will sub in for Hade. They've really been the only substitutes here for Phillipsburg. It's really been like 1-for-1 Kleiman with Hade. Now bounce pass to Nisavacia. 3:40 left in the third. Moving inside. That one just falls short. Ball comes out. Here comes a breakaway. Bracco for 20. Oh, just short. Second chance, no good. And a foul. Nisavacia got contact. So this will be inbounded right here to Duffner. .320 left in the third. That's a foul. Duffner got hit. So Caleb Kleiman gets called for the foul. Referee's talking something over here. Two shots here for Duffner. First foul against Kleiman. First shot no good.
We mentioned ways that Warren Hills can get back in this game. Phillipsburg is one foul away from putting Warren Hills in the bonus with just over 3 minutes left in this third quarter. So that could be a way that Warren Hills could stop the clock and kind of close that gap that they've been lacking so far this game.
Yeah, that really could change some things here as this ball gets tipped up. It'll roll out to the corner. Garrett takes a slide, and it'll be Phillipsburg ball. Pace switch, the sophomore guard. I mean, should note, a pretty young Phillipsburg team at that. Haid and Lavacchia are the only seniors in the starting lineup. Bracco and Pace switch are sophomores, and Martin is a junior. Not to mention on the floor right now is Caleb Kleiman, who's a freshman, and Jackson Matos, who we have not seen today, but he is also a freshman. The only other senior, there's only 3 on this entire varsity team, and the one we didn't mention is Jasner Singh, number 10, who has also not been in this game. Duffner moves in from the paint, just a little bit wide. Moving at the top of the key, out to the left. Just missed. Oh, couldn't get it there. And Nisavacchia, really liked that move there by Nisavacchia to draw the foul. He knew that he was going to get hounded that time by Tamir Moore for the contact. And that is Phillipsburg's 5th foul. It's Tamir Moore's first, the junior. And Warren Hills picks up the bonus, 2:31 left in the third. First shot is good.
Yeah, Nisavacchia, normally known for his slick three-point shot, but today I've really noticed him down in the trees battling with the bigs to get some rebounds for his team. It's very impressive.
Second shot, no good. 36-30, and another foul. That's going to be on 54. That's going to be on Anima. So that's Warren Hill's second, Anima's first. The commit to Montclair State for lacrosse. As he gets it out, almost got intercepted by Healy, and Phillipsburg gets it back. A really lucky possession right there. As Moore back to Bracco. 2:20 in the third. Bracco spins around, moves over to the left. The big man, Lavacchia, in the semicircle, fires it inside. He finds Moore. It's good. Foul and 1. Tamir Moore off the bench. Picks up a big break there to bring this lead back to 8. And, you know, if Phillipsburg can hang on in this game, you have to wonder how this affects Warren Hills in the long term. We mentioned where they are in power points right now. In North 2, Group 3, they are no longer number 1. They actually slipped all the way down to number 5 in recent weeks because the top 4 right now is Milburn, Colonia, Chatham, and Mendham. Warren Hills is 5. They would still play Payne Tech, number 11, in the first round. But then 6 through 8 is South Plainfield, Cranford, and Randolph. Here comes a corner 3. Logan Healy knocks it down. 39-33. Phillipsburg gets another one. Lavacchia can't get it to fall. This crowd getting intense, this game getting intense. He can barely keep up. And Sigafoot calls a timeout. Don't count out the Blue Streaks. Phillipsburg's trying to hang on. This is a good run here for the boys in blue. 39-35. We'll take a break. 1:36 left in the third quarter. 39-35. Warren Hills has the bonus with 1:30 left in the third quarter. It's a fun one here. I'm Dan Wilkins, joined by Javier Harris. This broadcast is brought to you by the South Jersey chapter of the National Adult Baseball Association. Registration is open for the spring of 2026. Visit their website at southjerseynaba.com for information on how to get involved. 20 teams across 4 competitive divisions with competition starting in late March of 2026. Look at this traffic right in front of us. Sigafoot wanted a timeout, jump ball. Yeah, I think Phillipsburg kind of got trapped into that jump ball there. That's exactly what Warren Hills wanted. And with the possession arrow their way, they get to turn it over as Garrett goes up. He's fouled and one. Makai Garrett kind of lowering that shoulder inside. It's an efficient move. It doesn't work every time, but that time it did. And they will sub Christian Martin in for Tamir Moore as Warren Hills back within a one-possession game after being down by double digits at one point in this third quarter. First shot off the mark. 39-37. And one was no good. Nisavacia guarding Martin. Out on the right. Phillipsburg driving. Up and off the glass, no good. Another scramble. Garrett goes in, no good. Brings it down. Garrett fires it, but they'll say he stepped out of bounds. Martin will bring this one up on the inbound pass from Payswitch. Foul. No jump ball. And Sigafoot's telling him they want you to go there, you know, and he's exactly right. That's what Warren Hills is trying to do. They're trying to draw him into that jump ball to change the possession. And they're going to sub in Julian Santana here for Makai Garrett. That is his third foul. And after Phillipsburg cracked the bonus for Warren Hills, now Warren Hills has 4 fouls. That one charged against Garrett. It's Martin, guarded by Nisavacia. Out on the left. Moving in for Kleiman. Lavaccia can't get it there. Moving inside. Martin, left hand. Good! That's only Martin's second field goal of the game. He's got 4. Now 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Phillipsburg back to a 4-point lead. It's not as high as it used to be, but it could be a lot worse for a Warren Hills team that beat this Phillipsburg team by 19 just a week ago. Off the glass, no good. Kleiman gets it. They'll heave it up the floor with 4. Bracco in. He's got 20. They're out of time. Anima fires way out of town as the shot misses, but Phillipsburg on the road looking to make a big upset case. You know, I think about it in the sense of, does having 2 first-round byes hurt the team? Who knows? Only the scoreboard will decide. 43-37, end of the third. We've got one more to play. It's a good one for Phillipsburg, looking to repeat as Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament champions. They were 19-9 last year. They made it all the way. And they had 2 first-round byes, just like Warren Hills does. except it was no problem for the Phillipsburg Stateliners. They beat North Hunterdon in the quarterfinal, Del Val in the semis, and they obliterated Hackettstown to win the finals at Centenary College on the 21st of February. Here comes a shot from the corner, no good. If Warren Hills wins today, they would face the winner of Sparta or Hunterdon Central, as there's a foul and one. Michael Duffner. So again, this is not, this is a bit of an anomaly. It's not like, when I said at the break, I said, let me look into this a little bit more. And then I look at Phillipsburg from last year. They didn't have a problem with a double bye. Warren Hills is having a problem with a double bye. First shot is good from Duffner. The and one is good, rather. 43-40. Moving in, contact. It comes out. Stolen cleanly by Healy. He'll go up. Bounce pass. Duffner fouled. It's a shooting foul. They're going to get more back into the game. I mean, they just gave Warren Hills a huge opportunity here. But what does this mean for Warren Hills going forward? If they lose this game, they're already slipping in North 2 Group 3. When we saw them 2 weeks ago, they were easily the #1 seed, and they controlled their destiny. But now that has changed. We mentioned the Milburn Millers are #1, followed by Colonia and Chatham. And Phillipsburg, as it stands, is out of the North 2 Group 4 NJSIAA playoff. First shot is good. Second shot is good, rather. 14 for Duffner. 1 point game and another foul.
Lots of fouls early in this quarter. That's the 4th foul called so far, and we're not even 30 seconds into this.
Can imagine some early bonuses are going to be in the cards. Moore dumps it off to Bracco. We mentioned before he just picked up his 6th 20-point game of his sophomore year. Moving in.
Too easy.
And that's too easy. Yeah, you're right, absolutely. Too easy for Phillipsburg. But the shocking part is that Lavachi only has 6 points. You'd think it would be more. Oh, he got him to miss there. Haley creates some space. No good on the 3. Hits the top of the backboard. It's out of bounds. And they'll get a sub here as Chris Ratty comes in for Brandon Anima. 2 fouls for the Stateliners, 1 for the Blue Streaks. 7:05 left in regulation. The freshman in Caleb Clymer gets this one off. This one comes out, and it gets turned over. Tried to lean into some contact there, but getting out of it is Ratty, the sophomore forward. Healy to Nisavacia. This one goes up and in. Nisavacia, 11 points. 6:35 left in the 4th quarter, 1 point game. Out on the right on the baseline, Kleiman blocked, foul. And because this will be in the shooting motion, 2 shots for the sophomore, Caleb Clymer.
Clymer actually had his season high of 15 versus Warren Hills in that January 31st matchup. He's only averaging 6 points this year, but he's a young kid. Like you said, he's a sophomore, so still plenty of time to develop his game.
If you're just joining us, 46-44. Phillipsburg over Warren Hills, the 8v1 game. Offensive rebound. So 1 of 2 falls for Kleiman. First good, second no good. They're going to get Haid ready to come in, as presumably for Kleiman is up off the glass and in. Chris Ratty, his first points. More contact there. Moore over to the baseline in a tie game. Lavacia, open look for 3, no good. And another foul. Healy got hit there.
Coach Sigafood's trying to keep his team at cooler heads, telling his team it's not the time to have any kind of crazy fouls. They already have 3 team fouls.
Inbounded by Bracco. He's got 20. For a Phillipsburg team that went from 19 wins last year and controlled their destiny and won it all in the HWS tournament, they now are the number 8 seed, and they look to reestablish their dominance despite their record. There's another foul. Warren Hills, their faithful, wanted a jump ball. This is going to be on Ratty. And I guess if anybody is going to get called for a foul, it's going to be the guy who hasn't had a lot of time on the floor. Although the scoreboard's saying that's his 3rd already, which surprises me. Bounce pass, it got tipped by Garrett. Looked like he was trying to get it to Bracco, maybe for a catch and shoot out on the left wing, because he was open. But Garrett kind of saw that coming, and they'll force him to readjust. Hayde. He'll inbound, the sophomore forward. He can't find anybody. Now he's got to heave. He gets it. Really good save that time. Lavacia inside, offensive foul. That's a big break. 46-46. .5:25 left in the 4th. Here from Washington, New Jersey, in Warren County. Hands it off to Healy. He wanted to shoot it. Doesn't get it, though. Doesn't take it. Nisavacia gets past Bracco. Can he get past the center? No, he's blocked. Wow. That looked clean to me. Unless there was some contact on the lower body that was obstructed from view.
Looks like the ref's indicating contact on the hand. I don't know. We were a little bit further back. I didn't see it. I think Lavacia had a clean block, but that's why we're not wearing the striped shirt.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Again, we're not as close to the play. But Nisavacia missed his first. He's got 11 on the afternoon. Second shot, good, and Warren Hills leads for the first time since early in the 2nd quarter. Oh, he stepped in front of the baseline. He was running out of time anyway, and just out of instinct, Lavacia stepped over the line, and it's a violation. That's a turnover, and that's a big mistake. Bounce pass. Garrett feeds it. Wide open for 2. No good. That's another big break. He'll rip it away, and there's a foul. Listen to this crowd. That gives Warren Hills the bonus.
The streak should be at the line here.
Coming back! Hey! Coming back!
Warren Hills has possession. And out of bounds. Both teams are making some fundamental, massive mistakes. And Sigafoot, again, he is pleading his case. We talked about how both of these coaches, Bamford and Sigafoot, were going to be incredibly passionate. Moore steps off of Garrett rather. It's out of bounds. Garrett incensed with the call. Hayde will inbound now, and we're going to get a sub. Christian Martin will come back in. And the Warren Hills faithful booing the call.
The locals are getting restless.
This is a very good game. Oh, he wasn't paying attention. Here comes Logan Healy. It's good. It's good. Out of thin air. Logan Healy, the man of stealth, picks up a steal and scoop and score. 49-46 as Joey Bamford calls a timeout. Unbelievable. I mean, he just wasn't looking. He came in right from behind him and speared it out of his hands. Wow, great stuff from Logan Healy. We'll be right back. What a game. We're back here from Washington, New Jersey, up north for a battle between two juggernauts in the Skyland Conference between Phillipsburg and Warren Hills. Hayde gets the inbound off to Christian Martin, the junior. Ball comes out, Healy's got it, and now another open look, another steal, another score. 5-point lead as Duffner gets that one to fall. Warren Hills playing some really tough defense. Here comes a three. Good! Stateliners back in it. Pace switch. Doing anything but setting the pace. 51-49. Bounce pass. Nisavacia holds on and avoids a travel. That would have sent the road crowd into a frenzy. Healy wanted to take a three. Again, this is a Warren Hills team. They do like to take a decent amount of threes. This one's up and a foul. So it'll be a blocking foul. Santana's at the line for Warren Hills. .348 left in the fourth. First shot is good.
Yeah, that gives Duffner 17 on the day. It's a little bit below his 20-point average and a far cry from his high of 32 back against Delaware Valley, but he's been the reason that this team has really turned it around in the second half.
Well, Del Val is another high-scoring, high-volume team here in the Skyland as that ball's good. 18 for the senior Duffner. 53-49. Just about a half of a quarter remains. It gets past Bracco, out of bounds. Blue streak ball.
Feels like Phillipsburg is just starting to unravel a little bit, doesn't it, Dan?
Certainly does, but we've still got a long time to see how this one progresses. It's good. Falling away, Michael Duffner. It's a 20-piece. Back out. Spinning. He established the pivot foot. He gets out of it. Jump ball. And again, Sigafoot trying to plead his case. Just had an issue with our scoreboard. We'll reset it in due time. We've got 3:15 to play. 55-49. Phillipsburg, another foul. Now that gives Phillipsburg the bonus here. Both teams have the bonus now. Yeah, their referees are making sure they're on the right page. It's gonna be 2 shots. Both teams have 5. So 55-49, 3:08 to play in the fourth. Again, taking a look at the Hunterdon and Warren Sussex quarterfinal matchups, I haven't gotten a chance to look at final scores yet, but Hunterdon Central and Sparta played at 11:30. Del Val and Voorhees played at 11:30 as well. And then Hackettstown plays Verona at 6 o'clock tonight. Okay, there we go. So Hunterdon Central did beat Sparta 74-66. Excuse me, Hunterdon Central did beat Sparta. My apologies. So Bamford got the timeout. You could see, I mean, Sigafoot just pushing everybody away. Not happy at all. We'll stay here. It's a 30-second timeout. Warren Hills only has 2 remaining. And again, just Sigafoot not thrilled. 55-50 Warren Hills. So like we said, Hunterdon Central, the 4 seed, beat Sparta, the number 5 seed. So the winner of this game would play the Hunterdon Central Red Devils, just about a half hour from here. Now the thing is that if Phillipsburg wins, it would be at Hunterdon Central. If Warren Hills wins, it would be here.
Oh, so big implications then.
And I'm sure Hunterdon Central would like to know whether or not they'll have a home game later this week or a road game, a half hour up north. And the only reason why I know that is because, again, for those of you unaware, we're a South Jersey company. I had to drive an hour 45 to get here today, so I drove past Hunterdon Central, and that was right about with a half hour to spare. So Nisavacia will inbound this one. Duffner will take this one up. 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter in a highly contested and just a beautiful Hunterdon and Warren Sussex quarterfinal. Oh, foul. Sigafoot wanted to travel. That's going to send Warren Hills to the line. That is the 3rd foul against their leading scorer in Bracco. Duffner's first is good. As we mentioned, I should make a correction. We put it on our stat on the bottom of the screen. The semifinals are played at Wallkill Valley, and the finals are played at Centenary College. So, my bad on that one. Like I said, we're South Jersey guys. There's only so much prep I can do for teams that I have seldom seen, except for Warren Hills, who we've seen twice this year in the boys basketball circuit. As that shot's good, Bracco gets it back. 22 for the sophomore guard / forward, whatever you want to call him. He's an athlete. Here's a 3 by Healy, no good. Moving in, Garrett, no good. Another fire off the glass. Foul. The foul is on Garrett for the push. He's now at 4. That's going to put Warren Hills in some deep foul trouble, especially in a game where they've been trying to hold on. Again, Joe Bamford, who's been the head coach of this Warren Hills team since 2021. First shot's good by Haid. That's his first point of the day. The senior forward had a season high of 20 at Watchung Hills on Thursday. So, listen, went from 20 on Thursday to now having his first 2 on Saturday. Definitely a shift in how Sigafoot has used their load of players and how they've distributed them on the floor. 56-54, 2-point game. Garrett looking to set the pace here. Healy on the right. Trying to get through, comes out. Healy down, advantage Phillipsburg. Ball comes out again. It's a foot race. Trying to go up, no foul, out of bounds. And as much as Phillipsburg and Sigafoot has been upset with the referees, it seems like that The Warren Hills faithful also not taking too kindly to that no call.
Yeah, the blue crew was letting him hear it for sure.
Got a scramble. He fell on him. He's on his knees. Timeout. Sigafoot got it. Great timing by Coach Todd Sigafoot. As he only has one remaining. It's a 30-second timeout. 56-54. Heart rate's going up here in Warren County. Whew. Listen, the last time we were here at Warren County, or at Warren Hills, we saw 2 games. It was a doubleheader. Big thanks to Mike Jones, obviously. Girls played Belvedere. Belvedere won by, I want to say, 15, 16 points. And then the boys knocked the socks off of South Hunterdon. They won that game by 20-something, 25. Tonight, we found a good game here in the home of the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, remember, this game was 32-23 at halftime in favor of Phillipsburg. So it's been, as cliche as it sounds, it's been a complete tale of 2 halves.
Warren Hills got back into this game in the third, and now this fourth quarter has been just so back and forth. Really can't find any advantage because when one team goes ahead, the other has a response ready. Waiting in the wings. Again, as we mentioned, and as we were corrected, the semifinals are played at Wallkill Valley. The finals at Centenary College, home of the Cyclones. The Blue Crew coming out in droves for a 1 o'clock game on this Saturday. I give them props. I don't know if I would have supported my high school basketball team at 1 o'clock on a Saturday with a real feel of -17 outside with those 40-mile-an-hour winds. Would have been tough for me to get out of the house. 1:30, game tied. Christian Martin, 56 all. 1:20 to play. Duffner takes his time. And the chess match may now begin. Who will set their piece? Who will make the move? And who will win the ball game? Duffner at the top, on top of the Blue Streaks logo. He waits for a signal from Bamford. They're going to hold here. I don't know for how long. But with no shot clock, they don't have to move until Phillipsburg makes them. Time ticking, 50 seconds. 45, Duffner, right side. Nisavacia takes it now. Corner of the volleyball line. Each team has 1 timeout. I would imagine Bamford will easily use his at one point or another. Now the 5-second clock activates. They underhand flip to Nisavacia again. He's got 28. This chess match is going to go pretty quickly if it's like this. 56-56. 8 versus 1. Phillipsburg has given Warren Hills a huge run for their money. Players down. No good off the glass. No timeout called. They've got 10. Martin will try to push the pace. Now we'll call a timeout. And Sigafoot wanted it about 3 seconds earlier than he was granted. But the timeout is called. 6.6. 56-56. It's Phillipsburg's final timeout. And it's a full. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. It doesn't get any better than this. We've had some fantastic basketball in the last week. Lenape Holy Cross on Sunday. Lawrence, West Hampton Tech. Camden versus RCSJ Gloucester on Thursday. Now it comes down to this. 6 seconds. Lavacia goes up. He's blocked cleanly. Haid gets it. He's got a timeout. Bamford calls it with 1.8. And the Phillipsburg Stateliners get the basket from Evan Haid, who goes inside. And we'll stay here. Referees are going to talk to make sure they have the clock right. It's 1.8 on the video board. I think when Bamford first made the signal, there might have been about 3 seconds.
Wow.
See what they asked for here. And here's the replay. So you can see they get that inbound off. They missed the first shot. And then there's the shot. Let's see what they have. They got 3.3, I'd say 2.8. Yeah, they put 3 on. Let's take a look at that again here. First shot from Lavacia missed, and that looked clean on the block, and then second chance just went. And Evan Haid, who had 20 on Thursday versus Watchung Hills, and hasn't scored except for a few free throws in the fourth quarter, now gives Phillipsburg a 58-56 lead. Joe Bamford talking it over with his crew. There's 3 seconds on the clock. All comes down to this, and the ball does not advance. This is shades of Woodbury and Glassboro from last February. The shot that got us on ESPN. No timeouts on either side. No time to waste. Warren Hills will have to play this ball perfectly, either to win or to go to overtime and to avoid a monumental upset. Nisavacia moves along the baseline. He'll feed it to Garrett. He's got to find somebody. He gets it to Healy. He gets it off. No good! And the Phillipsburg Stateliners survive. The reigning champions in HWS will go to Wallkill Valley with a surprise victory, 58-56. Unbelievable. The number 1 seed that controlled their destiny has had their destiny shattered. As the last-ditch shot from Healy, you could see the frustration, hands over the head. They had the right idea. They were able to advance the ball right at the end because that timeout did not advance the ball. It was Bamford's last. It was their last effort. And the Phillipsburg Stateliners survive here at Warren Hills.
Wow, I mean, what can you say about that Phillipsburg team that hasn't been said already? Young team, like you said, nowhere near the amount of upperclassmen that Warren Hills has, but that didn't matter today. I mentioned they were playing their best ball of the season, and it showed right there. It's so impressive because Warren Hills grabbed that game's momentum right back in the third quarter. They had a dominant hold of it, and you thought, oh, they may run away with it here. And Phillipsburg was able to recover, and I give a lot of credit to Coach Todd Sigafus. He was calling very smart timeouts. He was getting his team huddled up, letting them know what they had to do, how to stay in it. Don't let this atmosphere, because this place was getting crazy. I mean, the locals were really filled it up, and like you said, for a Saturday game with this weather, it's very rare to see, but it shows you the culture that they have here in this athletic department. But I mean, we came up here and we said, don't let the records fool you. I'll say it again because this Phillipsburg team's plays tougher than that. And when you see them, if years to come, like you said, they had a great season last year. They won the whole thing. So with all this underclassmen here, they're only going to get better together.
Yeah, Phillipsburg, a team that won 19 games under Todd Sigafus last year. They won the 100 and Warren Sussex tournament, and that was a tournament where they led the whole way. They blew out pretty much everybody, and they were the number 1 seed, a clear favorite. And now they come on the road and upset the number 1 seed Warren Hills Blue Streaks here. I mean, listen, they took advantage of what Warren Hills could not do. Warren Hills had the ball with maybe a minute 15 left, and they held on for it for as long as they can. They took a shot. It went back down with, I think, 13 seconds left. It was a gamble that Warren Hills took, and Phillipsburg just hit 777s, except it was 15s. It was Evan Haid who made that last shot. Had 3 seconds left. Again, Warren Hills had the right idea. They inbounded the ball. Healy got the shot off maybe from, I want to say, 25 feet. We've seen game winners from longer. But in that case, all it is a gamble. You're putting up a heave of hope. And in that case, Warren Hills came up short, and they're going to go out early in this 100 and Warren Sussex tournament.
Yeah, and just from the few instances that we've had Warren Hills on the DWB airways, if you've noticed, you could tell that they really like to shoot the three-point shot, and that's something you mentioned.
Right.
They like to shoot the three-point shot and drive to the basket, get as many easy buckets as they can. The only thing is, Phillipsburg did a great job today of denying them many of those easy shots. Even when they were getting layups, they were a lot of contact, legal contact, and they were forcing them to not just be such high percentage shots. And when they were at three-point shots, they had hands in their face. So Phillipsburg, if they get, like we mentioned, they get to play Hunterdon Central now in the next round. And if they can replicate the performance they had today, there's no reason they can't go even further in this tournament.
No, and Phillipsburg, they'll go to Wallkill Valley to play Hunterdon Central. I would assume they would be the road team in that event. I mean, it's a neutral site, so there really is no home or away, but they would be the number 8 seed facing the number 4 seed Hunterdon Central team. And then the other game that has to be played is Hackettstown Verona, and then the other game that already was played, but I didn't have a final score on it, was the 2v7, which is Voorhees and Del Val. And Del Val was the only team that got 2 first-round byes in addition to Warren Hills. And that's what we talked about at halftime when Phillipsburg was up by 9, was we said, what does this mean for Warren Hills if they can't win this game? Because Phillipsburg had 2 first-round byes last year, but they had zero problem. They beat North Hunterdon with ease. They beat their semifinal, and they beat their Hackettstown finale opponent with ease. They won by, I think, 25 points in that game. So, yeah, I think that in this situation, Warren Hills, they definitely did not have a situation where, you know, we thought in their head, oh, 2 first-round byes. I mean, listen, that matters a lot more. We talk about it in the NFL specifically because when a team is the number 1 seed, they're sometimes the most vulnerable. When you have an entire week off, it's different. But in basketball, you don't really have any days off because you're always working. You're always playing. And this is a Phillipsburg team that saw Warren Hills 7 days ago, Saturday, right in Phillipsburg at their home gym. And Warren Hills won that game by 19. And you know why Warren Hills won that game? Because they were able to close out in the fourth quarter. They outscored them 16-4 in the fourth. And now the opposite has happened. Phillipsburg found a way to lock Warren Hills down, and that would have been and it was a fantastic finish. But the question has to be asked, if Warren Hills plays North Hunterdon in the first round, how does that change things? Because the last time that they saw North Hunterdon was January 15th. That allows a little bit of an extra buffer. When you haven't played a team in 3-4 weeks, you know, your mind might slip a little bit. But for this was a team that was incredibly familiar. This Warren Hills loss that Phillipsburg took last Saturday was still fresh on their minds, and they wanted to flush that memory away, and they've certainly replaced it with a strong one here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And a couple people asked us during the game, like, you guys drove how far for these games? And we tell them, yeah, we drive 2 hours.
45.
2 hour 45, 2 hour drive. But you know why? It's because of games like this, action like this. Because anytime you have 2 teams this evenly matched up, you know you're going to be in for a good one. And the Phillipsburg, you never know what you're in for when you have a team as tough as they are. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to Todd Sigafus. And who knows? They may find themselves in Wallkill Valley in the finals.
Well, at Centenary College will be where the final would
absolutely
be.
Right.
But, yeah, same area. But still, yeah, also big thanks to Mike Jones. He had us here 2 weeks ago for the Belvedere and South Hunterdon doubleheader, and now he's had us here for another fantastic game. So while it didn't go in the way of the Blue Streaks, want to thank him for having us out, and hopefully the Warren Hills Blue Streak crew, the Booster Club, whatever may have you, has us out for more games, because even though it's a long hike, it's certainly a worthwhile hike. Your final thoughts before we close out tonight?
Impressive win. Like I said, Phillipsburg, they really shocked me. I told you don't be fooled by their record, but still a great time coming up here to Warren County. Hopefully we do it again, like you said, in the spring for baseball. We'll hit up Washington Diner as recommended by AD Mike Jones, excuse me. So we'll stop there, get something to eat, and I had a great time, Dan.
This is going to be fun. Thanks to everybody for watching tonight. From our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Caleb Lane, Carson Rosso, and Fisher Giannotti. My color commentator, Javier Harris. I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you at GCIT in Gloucester County for Tri-County Royal Basketball on Monday night between the Kingsway Dragons and the GCIT Cheetahs. Final score, Phillipsburg 58 and Warren Hills 56 in the quarterfinals.